Hello. Hi. Good to see you. I hope this video is a little faster. I'm sorry, I've been very chatty lately. I'm gonna try to keep it up. Hey there, beautiful people. So, I want to talk to you today about creating an environment and guidelines that help working remotely being effective and avoiding both micromanagement and being lost in the dark. Come on. The best practices when you're talking about working remotely is that communication must be really good. And really good doesn't mean excessive. Really good means effective and clear and frequent. So we need to talk to our peers in a way to give them enough visibility and clarity on what we're doing, but not to the point where we feel we have no autonomy and that we've been looking over our shoulders or breathing down our necks and that it's uncomfortable. There is a middle ground. As a leader, it's your task to create the right environment for that. And this includes lots of things. So first, how often are you sharing information and are you expecting check-ins? Do you have due dates for the tasks and activities your team has to perform? Where is that information? Is it easy for them to access what they need to do and by when do they need to do it? Do you have defined SLAs? All of those things are basic requirements. Creating an environment where they feel free to share information in a way that's not overly formal, that's also a super good idea. Because if they feel they need to write like an essay or the Odyssey on their CRM, they're going to be super nervous and they're going to be, typing and deleting and typing and deleting, and nothing is going to happen. I like to encourage simple, concise communication. What do you think is the most relevant stuff to pass along? Create a few bullet points. This for me is a must and it makes life easier. Share your notes. If something is unclear, then we can iterate on how to improve those notes. But make sure information is available quickly. Some information may be really good today, but if you take 5 business days to update your HubSpot, maybe it's not good enough anymore. Maybe, it's old news. Using your Google Calendar to define working hours, that's super important because people should know when you're available and when to expect to see you. So maybe they go to your calendar and they see, oh, it's after working hours. I'm not going to book a meeting for that person because I don't want to be inconvenient. I know it's late for them. If you don't do that, they just see an open calendar and they say, well, okay, I can take my pick. 9 p.m., great time for a call. Maybe it happens. So use your calendar wisely. How do you make sure that other areas and other folks know that you're really cool for the company? Because for your colleagues, the people you talk to all the time, you have interaction, you have Slack, you have messages, you're always the stakeholder of each other. So it's easier for a couple departments to perceive the value you add to the company. But if you hope to grow somewhere, you shouldn't just bond with those. You should expand your relationships everywhere because it's really good to know the other people, what the other areas are working on, take an interest, maybe ask what's their newest challenge. If there's something, I don't know, maybe you and your area could participate if they would like an opinion. This way, you engage with more than just your cubicle. And that makes you not only liked, but it makes you a part of the company. Like, it's impossible to envision that company without, I don't know, Mary. Because Mary is integrated with all the teams and she's so well liked and she's chipping in. And this is so positive. And why not ask for others' opinions? Why not reach out to a colleague and say, hey, I've been working on something. I would love your 50 cent or your impression. Could you take 15 to take a look at my new project or the new way I've been pitching this product or this service? I want something outside of the box. And this is one of the ideas on how you can create team building and also professional activities. So maybe you're not, on a whistle contest on our offsite, but it's on our day to day. And I think this is super good for people to know, oh, that person is always there. In the office, there's someone that you always say, that person is always there. They're always walking the hall and they help someone. They are always in the kitchen and they help someone. I don't know. How do you do that virtually? Reach out with a good and useful purpose for you to work together. Not only will you create better relationships and have more fun, but everybody is going to realize and talk about, like, hey, I was working on that project and Lou actually gave me an idea. Oh, Lou was working on a project and I chipped in and now they're going to work with my idea. And you start to become someone that everybody perceives, oh, that person works really hard. They're always here. They're always active. They participate in discussions and projects. They're here for us. This is a way of improving remote work. Lastly, and I know this doesn't go with everybody's personality, if you don't have an excuse to talk to someone, maybe just say hi. Maybe just say, hey, I wanted to wish you a good day. It's been a while since we talked, and look at this GIF. And send, I don't know, a kitten, a bear, someone falling down the stairs, something, just to connect, just to share a little hello. And maybe in that day, that person is not doing too well, and they're going to be like, oh, my friend remembered me, and that's special. And people can do that for you as well. Oh my God, I have so much more that I could talk about this. I could go on for hours. But I'm trying to be brief. So thank you for watching today. It's really good talking to you, and I appreciate the support. Whenever I get good feedback, it's heartwarming. So thank you for doing this with me.